Hello everyone and welcome to Vlogmas Day 4. I'm Eva, if you didn't know me, and welcome back one more day to my YouTube channel. So today I feel like you can tell that I've been really on that Duolingo streak. I accomplished a 1-year streak like a couple of days ago, so I'm very proud about that. I'm showing off my new French skills. But I was gonna say, today I was gonna post a completely different video. It had been planned for like a month and a half. I was gonna post a video decorating my whole house for Christmas. And yesterday I woke up in the morning, I was like, all right, I'm gonna film. And I just walked out into the living room and I saw that my mom had basically decorated everything without me. And I was like, oh, it's looking pretty, all right. I'm gonna insert a clip here. Look at this. Look at this. All right. We have the tree. We have the little setup. We have that thing that just projects a lot of snow. We just move it around depending on where we're at. We have the little flower pot, which has like, hold on, where is it? Here it is. Like a little Santa plushie in there. And we have a bunch of trees and gingerbread cookies on the wall. And then we have this on, what is it? On the window. Window? Door? Well, this is a door, I'm guessing. Yeah, this is more like a door. On the door, on the glass door. And we have those things, which I don't really know what they are, but they are extra decorations too. Look at the little angel with the scarf, and look at this down here. It's just, this is so beautiful. Hello. It's looking pretty. It looks really beautiful and cozy, but it fucked up my video idea. I was like, I have a single day to fix this. If this was a video that was scheduled for like December 27th, I wouldn't mind, but like December 4th. So anyways, I was kind of brainstorming. I was thinking, what can I do? And I realized I have wait, hold on. This whole like lamp is just hitting me in the face. I feel like Elsa, let it go. What I should let go is that man. Anyways, I was thinking, and I remembered that I have 2 pretty traumatic stories about my life related to Christmas, and I was like, you know what, I've never done a story time before, because I just think, who will want to sit here and just listen to me yap for like 15 minutes? But you guys, listen, Vlogmas, 31 videos, it's a lot. We're gonna have to do some chit-chatty videos if I want to survive this. So, I'm gonna tell you the Santa one first. Hold on. I actually have the hat here. I wasn't gonna wear it because I wore it in yesterday's video, but if we're gonna talk about Santa, there we go. So let me give you a little bit of context, all right? I was around, I would say 3 years old. I don't know if I was like 3, 4, 5, but I was a toddler. And basically, one of my aunts from my mom's side of the family came to live with us for a couple of months because she was living in Hungary and she came to Spain for a little while, and she was living with us. And she was still in our apartment when the holiday season came around. So her and my mom had a fantastic, amazing, really good idea to basically create a little Christmassy whimsy. And they were like, all right, what if, you know, I as in my aunt, dress up as Santa and we make a little bit of noise while I'm just like putting there like the gifts under the tree. So Eva wakes up with the noise. She comes to the living room, she peeks through the door, and she's gonna see Santa. Yeah, fantastic idea. It's a picture of me, all right, when I was around that age. I've always been someone, like since I was born, who gets scared really easily, and I get scared of most things. Like, it can be the most harmless thing, and somehow my brain will find a way to make me feel scared of that. So yeah, it's like the middle of the night. I kind of like wake up. I cannot remember if I woke up because of the noise or if my mom woke me up, which would make a little bit more sense, but the thing is, I woke up. Basically, my mom just, you know, was like, oh my god, do you hear that in the living room? Should we go check it out? Like, whatever. All right, I got out of bed, and me and my mom went to the door of the living room. We walked down the corridor in the middle of the night in the dark, and when we got to the door, I just peeked crack of the door. And just figure, all right, complete darkness, only like the lights of the tree and a couple more like fairy lights, giving a little bit of, you know, light in the room. And I just see a man, Santa, in the middle of my living room with his back towards me, putting gifts under the tree. I started screaming, but like screaming, yelling as loud as my 3-year-old lungs allowed me to, and I just ran back to my bedroom. That's the story time. It's short, it's scary, it's haunting, because then I was like traumatized for so long. I was just like, every single Christmas while I was still younger, I was like, I will not leave my room until it's like morning time. I don't want to see anything again. I don't care how the gifts get there. I do not want to see a strange man that I don't know in the middle of my living room. I don't care about the gifts, but why is there a strange man in my living room at 3 a.m.?
There's a man in the room. There's a man in the room.
So yeah, that's kind of like a really traumatic backstory of mine. And hold on, because if you didn't think that this was already traumatizing enough, we move on to story 2, which I'm gonna call the elf trauma. We've been through the Santa trauma, and now we're going to the elf trauma, because apparently the adults thought that it was so funny to traumatize me when I was a kid. When I was in primary school, so I wasn't that young, okay? I was between, well, when I was in that school, I was between 8 and 12. The school had kind of like this like character. It wasn't specifically a Christmas character. It was kind of like a creature that would appear every once in a while, especially in like festive times or when the holidays were about to start. Which, listen, I'm just gonna put a picture on the screen. You tell me, all right? You tell me what you think about that. Who the fuck thought that this was a good idea? As I said, I used to get scared really easily. And I remember that if I could avoid it, I would never sit next to the door, because this thing would just storm into the classroom at any given time. You would never know. And this was even much more horrifying and personal. And I remember I would never sit next to the door just in case. I was terrified to go to the bathroom alone, because I was like, this thing is just gonna pop out of somewhere, and what do I do? And I brought this up because this thing used to appear during the Christmas season too at times. Can you explain to me this? Okay, in retrospective, this was the mom of one of the children from my school, okay? And I can get the whole idea, like I can get what they were trying to do, but can you explain to me, why did they make it so terrifying? Even nowadays, I wouldn't want to be close to this thing, no. Like, it would be Christmas, and for example, the little hat would be, let's say, red instead of the green, which, by the way, now that I'm thinking about it, it looks a little bit Irish, right? Like, I'm not trying to be offensive, but doesn't this look Irish? I never understood what this was supposed to be. Is it an elf? As I said, it would appear like all year long, because I would get, if this appeared during Christmas, I would suppose, all right, it's supposed to be an elf. It's a cursed elf, but it's an elf nonetheless. But when this appeared during the summer, like, you can see a picture here of this thing playing in a band the last day of school. Like, I can't just picture the situation of a meeting of like a bunch of adults being like, all right, we can create something fun for the kids, something a little bit entertaining, like a little mythical, fantasy, whimsical creature. Like, okay, I get the point, it's fun, some kids like it, okay. But who thought this costume and was like, all right, guys, this is the one. Genuinely, I could have a crash out about this, because who the fuck thought that it was a good idea? But anyways, you guys, this was today's story time. This video, it feels wrong because it's so short compared to my usual videos. I'm used to filming for like, I don't know, like at least an hour for each video, and I've been filming for like 15 minutes. This video might not even reach the 10-minute mark, but listen, let's consider this a little filler video, all right? I just realized I wanted to take the hat off for the second story and I didn't. It's all right, it's all right. But anyways, you guys, thank you so much for staying with me during this spooky, terrifying, traumatizing story time of how some adults decided to scare the fuck out of me during Christmas. And if you enjoyed, please remember to subscribe, to like, to comment, to share, to do all these things that us YouTubers have to promote. And I am so excited. I promise the next Vlogmas videos are gonna be better than this, okay? They're gonna be better, trust me. Pinky promise, all right? Pinky promise. So again, thank you so much for watching and can't wait to see you guys around tomorrow. Bye bye.